In a world full of people who think life is a happy series of coincidences and trust the official narrative, some of us know better. Tales of Stonehenge, dogmen, chemtrails, and more. All of this we will explore in the Seany Zone.
Hello, people.
What's up, Seany? Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the Seany Zone, episode 6. How you doing? What's going on, Seany? How's it going, buddy?
I'm good, Bobby. I'm good. How are you? I'm still alive.
That's always a good thing. You always got to count on that.
Yeah.
Yeah, did you have a good weekend, brother? How you doing?
Yeah. It was pretty good. Always too short, as they
Always
say.
too short. But we're on to Monday. Now we had to set these clocks forward, right?
Yeah, that's a fucking that. You want to talk about a conspiracy? That's a bunch of fucking bullshit.
That's it. I didn't even get you going already.
It's just last year we said that, I thought they said they were gonna keep the clocks at one time at the time we just left, or maybe it was the time we're in now. I don't fucking know. They said they were gonna change it, and they were gonna vote on it, and I thought they did, but apparently they didn't, because here we are and I'm fucking grouchy.
Yeah, so, you're not wrong. They get cranky about it every time we have to switch the clocks, and the congressmen go, I'm going to change it. Somebody's got to do something about this. You're right, Seany, and they never do shit about it. They just get on with life. So.
And in the fall, you gain an hour of sleep, and then it's like everyone's like, oh, cool. But then in the spring, it's like, fuck, now I got to get up for work an hour earlier. It's just stupid.
Yep. So this is our first Monday, so everybody's adapting and adjusting, but we're here doing it on a Monday night, 9 o'clock, Shuli Network with Seany. What's up, man?
Yeah, so
I'm ready.
There's a couple things I want to address before we really rip into it.
Okay.
So, well, actually, see the shirt?
What does it say? Power of
Punani.
The Punani. Yeah. All right. I'm for it.
I got the shirt from the late great J. Thomas many years ago when I called into his show. He used to do a Friday show on Stern. Shuli was on there, and I used to call into that, and then I started calling into his daytime show, like Monday through Thursday as well. He was a great guy. I love him.
Rest in peace, Jay Thomas. Yeah, and I loved hearing him and Jay mix it up, man. They had a great rapport on air together.
Yeah. Anyway, sorry that I just realized I hated that shirt on, and then I was like, oh, I should just say a little something about it. So this past week we get off the air, and I started hearing some things I didn't like. There was some snipes being taken at our show.
At the Seany Zone. I'm a guest. Really?
Yeah. There's a few people out there that don't like my show. Really? One of which was saying how it was making up stuff. It was a bunch of contrived things that I didn't say. I never told people to stay in like cities or urban areas. When shit hits the fan, I would never say that. That's not at all what I meant by any of what I was saying. Obviously, if you're in an urban area, city, quote unquote, you got to get the fuck out because there's not enough goods to last. Like if New York, if the grid goes down and they don't have refrigerators and fuel to get trucks in and out of there all the time, the food's gonna last you like a day and a half. There's too many people. There's not enough goods.
Yeah.
Obviously, you have to plan if you live in Boston, New York, Providence, DC, Philly, any of these big ones. I mean, and then you go outside of that too, like Chicago, LA, Miami, any of them, you want to get away from them. So I don't want anyone to take. There's a pinhead saying that I was telling everyone to stay, to just hunker down wherever you are. That's not what I said. I said that in my case, I'm personally not going to bug out. I have a pretty good setup where I am, which brings me to this guy's claiming that Massachusetts is nowhere to exist. Hello, the fucking Pilgrims did it.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, it was good for somebody. Good for something.
And the thing of it is, he's got some big ranch in like Arizona out in the dead. Do you guys somewhere, and that's fine. I mean, good luck on the inch and a half of rain you get a year. Whatever. I'm not trying to snipe at you, buddy, but I'm just saying. You're telling me that I can't exist in Massachusetts. Have you ever been here? You even know like the layout? There's remote areas of Massachusetts. You go out west, there's farms, there's mountains, there's land where you can live.
Well, we might not have every fact for everybody, Shawnee, but I think what we try to do is engage people in conversation and cause people to think and kind of maybe consider some things that they haven't thought of before.
Oh no, I agree. I also sorry, but I'm worked up now, so I just want to get this off of my head here.
You go, boy.
Obviously, in a shit hits the fan sort of situation, the drugstores are not going to be a good place to go after, say, the first 24 to 36 hours. At that point,
get cleared out.
Avoid them. Yeah, I'm not telling you to go there on the 5th day to try to fucking steal some band-aids. I'm talking like immediately. That's the first place you go.
Okay.
I mean, you should have stuff stocked up before that, but that's one of the first things you need to hit. If you have people that need medication to live, this is, I mean, I'm repeating myself, but I feel like it wasn't getting through.
Okay. How you doing with that today? You doing it better today? It's coming along.
You know what it get? You know what it turns into? You've got like one of these like math nerd, like you've got like a PhD, let's say, in quantum physics.
Right.
That's that first show about this was meant to be like a starter, like a prepping 101 kind of thing.
Sure.
And he's trying. So you got this math nerd, standing outside of the door of a first grade classroom. He's like, subtraction? Idiots.
Just talking about what you're not talking about. Yeah, I get you.
Yeah. No.
And sometimes those math nerds and those PhD guys, they're only good in their area of expertise, and common sense isn't so common to everybody, right?
Well, that's what it comes down to. Yes, I mean, yeah. Obviously, I didn't break down, how solar, harvesting solar power and all these.
There's levels, like we talked about last week.
Oh boy, is there ever? You know what
levels,
I mean? Yeah. Good for you, dude. Good for you. You have a fucking fucking ranch somewhere. That's awesome. But good luck trying to get there if there's no gas and the EMP takes out your vehicle. But whatever, But speaking of first grade teachers, Stuttering John, first grade substitute teachers.
Your buddy, Stuttering John.
Oh yeah. Oh, this guy, what a fucking pinhead that guy is. Jesus Christ. So he's mad at Vince tonight. Yeah, I mean, apparently Vince outed him as an alcoholic.
I think he doesn't realize he outed himself as an alcoholic. He's going to blame Vince.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
And it's crazy to me. It's crazy to me that I mean, he definitely shows all the symptoms of being an alcoholic. I mean, he drinks constantly on that show. Tonight, I think he drank like I only saw him for a short time, and he had 3 of those tall beers. Those big
Wow.
24-ounce can,
Wow.
pounding them like
Your Honor,
everything said.
Under oath, my liver is healthy. Is healthy. He's trying to, yeah.
And I mean, and he's bragging that he doesn't have a DUI. That's wow. That's fucking sick. You impressed.
Yeah.
I mean, that's like something that somebody says to the intervention group that's trying to get you to go get help.
Yeah,
I don't have a DUI.
Yeah, I'm not as bad as you guys. I want no DUI. Guys, yeah. The uppity alcoholic.
Yeah, exactly right.
Mm-hmm.
I like to have a few drinks sometimes myself, but there's a point where it gets to like. So last week he lied on X on Twitter, where he was saying how he only had one martini and one beer, and then that night he goes on his shows and reveals that he had 2 martinis and 1 beer. So I mean, in everything else, I mean, the guy just proves that he lies.
Mm-hmm.
His whole persona is of fraudulence. He just lies about everything constantly. So there's nothing to really trust anything that comes out of his mouth.
Yeah.
Even, I mean, he talks about, I wrote this and I wrote that, and it's did you even? Mm-hmm. And it's just
he thinks walking in a room and getting clowned on by Fred and Jackie back in the day was some kind of writing meeting where basically they were making fun of him.
Yeah, it's brilliant. He's brilliant.
This is all brilliant.
Just ask him. And like he thinks in beers, like say like you're going on a road trip and you're like, oh, I got to make sure I can stop and get beers before they close the stores. You know what I mean? Like he thinks in
got his plan in beer trip, beer miles. I can get this many miles with a 6-pack. How many miles per 6-pack can I get?
It's unreal. And he was saying he'd gone to his cardiologist, and then when he was done, he pulled him aside and he was like, "John, you're brilliant, and your heart looks good."
Well, this is something because he slowly doxes himself about things, and then he forgets, and then he'll accuse Vince or somebody saying, "You gave out my personal information about my cardiologist" or something. When meantime, he's telling everybody. He's telling all the tells are there if you listen to him talk.
Yeah, he's so sauced up
and doesn't even realize it.
But I didn't know that he was a fan of the show.
He is now, really.
Yeah. Well, you know what? He brought the show up on the air the other night. I think there's a clip of that.
Yeah, let's see what we can do here. Let's see what we can pull up here. Right here. There we go. Let's roll this one.
Seany Zone. Thanks for the $2. Monday nights, 9 p.m.
Hell yeah.
Oh, is Ray doing his run? No, at 5:30. At 5:30, we'll snipe.
Just gets distracted right away. Squirrel. So yeah, bro. So you texted me the other night. You were happy to pick and shit, and you were like, "I'm watching John right now." Thank you, Andy. I'm watching John right now, and I just super chatted him. I made him plug the show, bro. So good on you, man.
Yeah,
got a plug in there.
It's I feel bad. I feel there's a dirtiness that comes with giving John any chats like that. It's $2, but like I was saying to you guys in the pre-show that honestly I think I rather would have given the $2 to wipe my ass with, throw in the toilet and never see again, than give them to John knowing he's gonna spend it on part of a cheap beer.
Yeah, it was true. I was trying to reassure you that sometimes just in order to get to John, a couple of the guys will do that, Sully and whatnot. So I didn't want you feeling too bad. But yeah, you got that dirty feeling like you did something really wrong or you sinned or something, don't you? Just by giving him a couple bucks.
Yeah. And I'd given him one. I wrote one too that I wanted him to read about the right and left. But
yes.
He had an army major on who, that guy is a maniac. Like he just starts screaming all the time, and like
Yeah.
He's like his ears don't work, but his mouth does. Obviously.
That must be what they have in common. So here's a clip of that when you
play that one.
There you go.
Rage out just because people disagree
with
your
politics.
I want for him. Yeah. Seany Zone, thanks for the looks. It's stupid of you to think right or left matter. I don't know about that. Vegas beer sales, Joe, he's a good guy.
He's just so dismissive when it's convenient, you know?
I don't know about that.
I don't know about that. There you go. Thank you, Andy.
Well, it just I laugh because there's so much division that goes on. Excuse me. Between the right and the left, especially now. I mean, really since like the end of the day Obama era. I mean, during Obama, but his like second term, there was a lot. It started from there, it's people are so right and left minded in their heads, and really doesn't. It's a show. Yeah. It could be a game show that you're watching, or a sports program where you're cheering for one team and it doesn't matter. They already know who's going to win. And in this case with politics, it really does not matter who wins because it's all controlled by the same core people anyway.
Yeah, it's a good analogy. Like you can wear your jersey of your favorite politician or sports guy, and they care about you exactly the same amount, Seany. Fucking zero.
Absolutely. I mean, politics. Sorry, I'm going off on a little bit of tangent here, but
we got it. We're doing it.
It's on my mind. We're doing it.
Okay.
We're
doing it.
There you go. So, it's so controlled by like lobbyists and special interest money, and everyone complains about that, but then they don't actually want to vote outside of the two-party system. A third-party candidate who would actually shake things up. I mean, for whatever it's worth, Trump was kind of sort of like that before he actually got elected, and then he just started to toe the Republican line.
I think as long as we live, Seany, we've discovered that life is really not too far left or too far right. It's somewhere. It all happens in the middle.
Well, and that's the thing. If you could find like a political party that rallied the masses like
Good luck with that.
They would never. They would stay in power for the next 50 years, because the right and the left. There's so many times when you say, well, this guy's okay on this, but I don't like what he says about that. And well, I agree with this, and this, but that, and that, not so much. It's a little too extreme, or it's not extreme enough. Whatever it is, it's so infuriating to me. And every time you go on like when you go on Twitter, if I make a comment about Biden or Hillary Clinton, they're like, oh, you're a Trumper. And I'm like, no, I'm not, because I'll put up stuff about Trump and then they're like, oh, whatever, you snowflake. And it's like, everyone's so riled up to fight about it, and it's really sad. It's just
they are. And you find people show up on these podcasts or everything, they go to every like event and they apply politics to it, like what they want to know everybody's politics right away, when really it doesn't really matter at the end of the day. Well, as long as we're having fun, living and surviving together, that's what's up.
I agree with you. That's very true, and it's kind of ruining comedy as well. Like if you watch like Sarah Silverman, her last thing she did, like it's just she just talks about stuff she's interested in, and then she gets applause. Nobody's laughing, but they're applauding it. You know what I mean? Like, and
like you said, it's cheering for a team. It's cheering for opinion. It sounds like what you're describing.
Yeah, and everyone wants to be inside that hive, that communal thought, like hive, where like, oh, we all say the same thing. We're all the same.
Makes everybody feel good when they find people that think like them, and people have issues when there's people challenge them with counter thoughts, if you will.
Yeah, fucking A. All right, so the only last thing I want to say about John that I thought was if Beer were his kid, he'd be a great dad.
I'll watch you all the time. I'll take care of you.
Yeah. Speaking of the chats, do we have anything to read? I thought I'd seen some stuff even before we.
Let's talk to the people, man. That's a great idea, Sean. Let's see what we got there, Andy.
Wes 11 Bravo became a YouTube member. Thank you, Wes.
What's up, Wes?
That's good news. Johnny
Goldstein. Yeah, that's a John reference too. That was somebody he wasn't supposed to out. He goes, "Dear Joni Goldstein."
What a
Joni Goldstein. There you go. That's
all right. Well, Joni also became a member.
Don't tell nobody about Joni. We got you, Joni.
I won't say it. Don, what's up, boys? For $2. Yo, BF, Shawnee, do you watch Danny Jones? I will after this show. I'll tell you that much. I don't know who that is, but I will take a look at that.
I don't either, Don. Yeah. Thanks, buddy.
Stacy, Seany Zone, let's go.
Ooh, liking the new profile picture, Stacy. How you doing, Stacy? What's up? Let's go.
All right. Oh, we have more Jay Wolfenstein. Hey, yo, Shawnee. Howdy, Bobby.
I love Jay. How you doing, buddy? Happy Monday.
And then Brian Collect is Jake.
Yeah, that guy. Did you say Brian called collected? What did you say? I don't know what that was. But Brian Kowalczyk. What's up, brother?
Kowalczyk. There you go. That sounds good. Brian Clowder. Yo, boys.
Got both BKs in here. Back to back. How's it going? All right. There you
go. So last week was an action-packed show. I didn't get to everything that I wanted to. We were straying around. We were scrambling and running around this joint. So there was a few things that I wanted to bring up too. There's the solar eclipse is coming next month on
April 24th?
April 8th. April 8th, which is April 8th is a Monday, I believe, isn't it?
Okay. I think that's what our friend Frankie McDonald has been looking for a long time. This eclipse.
Yes, good old Frankie. I love that guy.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll see if that day, if we're alive or able to put on a show that night, I suppose. Because did you see? I'd sent you this a while back. There was a news clip where they flashed all on the TV news, like, expect long lines at the gas station and all that. That was all over this. It was over a solar eclipse. Like, what do they know that they're not saying to us? And then this week I started seeing, conjecture that it's going to be a 3-day solar eclipse, which, if that is even possible, would really fuck up our systems.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm not sure if it's full, and I know it's already going to really cover a certain swath of like the middle part of the United States that I see. There's maps out there where you can see the exact trail of the areas that'll be affected. But I also saw reports, Shawnee, that scientists have noticed over the years that during solar eclipse, they believe that animals are keyed into it, and they've noticed animal patterns in different zoos now. So there's this cooperative study going on. It'll be happening during this solar eclipse, and they're going to study like the mating patterns and the behavior patterns and how animals act and are affected by these eclipses based on previous events that have been kind of reported scattered. So I'm kind of curious to see what comes of that. But I've always believed that the animals are a lot more smarter than humans when it comes to a lot of that nature stuff.
They're definitely way more tuned into it than we are. Yeah, I agree with you on that.
Mm-hmm.
No, but I find it weird that that the news would be make sure you have 3 days of food and drinks and make sure you just giving you advice to get stocked up like they would like a hurricane or like a blizzard per se. Obviously they can't prepare for earthquakes the same way yet anyway, but so I also wanted to show this off. So it's important, depending on where you live, whether it's Massachusetts or some ranch in Arizona.
I've heard it's a good place to live.
You want to be able to forage for foods that are safe. You want to be able to hunt, including rabbits. I'm not saying to live off rabbits completely. That's not what I'm saying.
Lest anyone think
that that's what I am trying to preach. But so I have a book here.
It's
Foraging New England. I don't know why it's being so weird, but
it does. The lighting affects everything. Foraging New England, it says. So tell us what's good about there, brother.
No, it's kind of good there.
Yeah.
So anyways, it tells you what plants that grow in whatever region you live. Like you would want one for like the tri-state area or something like that.
Mid-Atlantic or something. Yeah.
Mid-Atlantic. It explains what food you can use to eat, like mushrooms and things, or certain things that you can know to eat. Like there's one called chicken of the woods.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's a mushroom that grows on trees. It's like a shelf. It looks like a shelf on a tree. It's supposed to be really good. I've never tried it, but
really,
I know my sister-in-law is way into all this stuff, and I know she's had it, and she said it's good. But then there's stuff too, like there's things that you can use for wound treatment. There's certain plants that'll counteract poison ivy or bee stings, things like that. Things you can boil into teas for head cold or what have you. There's a lot of information to be gained from these books, and it's based upon wherever you live. You want to get the one that's specific to where you live or where you're going to. Maybe for where you live now, and if you have a bug out location that might be a little bit different. If you live in the plains and you're heading into the mountains, you might want to have both books.
Okay.
To get you there, you know what I mean, and then
sounds logical.
Sustain yourself while you're there. And also, I'd shown off the water bottle. The water bottle that filters out your water. There's a bigger. There's one called the Big Berkey. Berkey, and it's like a big steel pot that's probably 2.5 feet tall, 2 to 2.5 feet tall, and you can fill it up with rain water, pond water, and it'll kill everything. Right. And those are great. You can leave it inside your house. It's a great gravity fed system, so you don't have to do any pumping or anything like that. It'll run itself through, kind of like what are those? You remember they used to make those what were they called? The ones you put in your fridge and you pour the tap.
Oh, Britas, like a Brita.
Yeah, it was kind of like that, but way more
like a nature Brita. Yeah. They really made some good leaps and bounds in that with like the straws that they have now where you can just kind of drink out of a stream and all, there's a lot better water purification nowadays.
Yeah, those are really great to have too. I suggest everyone keeps at least 1 or 2 of those in their car with an emergency, those like space blankets and some road flares, change of socks. At the very least, you want to be able to keep yourself warm, safe, some bottled water and some snacks.
Because back in the day, they used to suggest that you boil the water to get all the impurities off, but that's not always practical, and you don't always want to waste any resource you have. So I guess some of these new filter systems are probably a little better for that.
That is true. That's true. And if Berkey wants to sponsor the show, even better.
There you go.
All I'll discuss them every week at length, ad nauseum. So that's what I wanted to address as far as last week's show goes.
Cool, man. Yeah, we've hit on a lot of stuff. We've hit on Stuttering John. We got a little politics in. You talked a little smack back to some other people. We're doing it, man. We're having a good time. I'm ready.
Yeah.
Got to get into our topic, though, bro. Yep.
Yes. Now, I know this one. We're
doing it.
We're doing it. Johnny. So I know, Bob, you
Shalani.
Here we go. Bob, I know that you were very interested in this tonight's.
Yes.
I know that you've complained about the chemtrails in your neighborhood a little.
Complain might be a strong word, but yes, talk passionately. Yes. I just out of just happenstance, Shawnee, I just noticed going throughout the course of my day, I would look up in the sky. I'm not really always looking for the next big conspiracy or anything, but you look up after a while and you go, boy, there's an awful lot of lines of airplane trails up there. And when you notice it repeatedly after a while, I mean, it got to be so often, Shawnee, that I would like stop myself in my tracks, grab my cell phone out of my pocket and take some pictures of it. So yes, I'm kind of curious and interested in kind of what they're spraying up there, why they're spraying it. I'm curious about having a conversation about it. And I have some personal pictures that I'm going to share with you tonight.
I think that's great because, well, it's not great because
well,
we're being fucked with, but it's great that you have you're seeing it.
So let me since I brought it up and got everybody curious about it, why don't I bring a picture or two of mine up personally that I have right here. Let's see. Let me bring one up. So this I sent this one to you early on when we were first getting to know each other. I said, Shawnee, we were talking about what we were going to talk, and we said chemtrails, and you saw I got all excited. So let's see. Bring that one up. Control-Alt-Delete. Here we go. Let me screen share. Window. Boom. Here we go. Check this one out. This is here you go. If you could share that, Andy. This is a personal picture of mine that I took over my house, Shawnee, and you were like, God damn. And it's really something when I send something to a conspiracy theorist guy and he goes, God damn, and has a reaction to it. So yeah Shawnee, you were kind of surprised when I sent you this, weren't you?
Yes, that's quite a few, just in your one small zone there.
Yeah, and I could probably take these pictures pretty much on a daily basis. I have a lot of this type of plane traffic over my house, and it looks very coordinated, and it looks like they're attempting to, there's a plane up high that I was showing you about earlier. But yeah, so this is yet another personal picture of mine, and this is just out of my own personal interest, and I see these things going on every day. Here's another picture I took where I work, you can see, and they're always kind of going through, trying to like connect the clouds, if you will, Shawnee, I think. So I don't know. I've heard people say this is cloud seeding. I'm not saying that they're poisoning us or something, but I am curious about the systemic, basically spraying of our atmosphere. So there's a couple for share with you there for now. Thank you.
Yeah. You see them all the time. And so chemtrails, it's a smoky white trail that's left behind by a plane as it's flying through the air. And through the years, there's been a lot of speculation if it's solar radiation management, or if it's weather manipulation, if it's bio or chemical warfare, or psychological control device of some kind, hypnotic gas or something of that sort. And all of these, they could all be true. I mean, here's the truth of it, is that people will argue that it's contrails.
Okay.
And that could be true.
So let's explain the difference, and we're going to show a little tweet and some video to explain the difference. Why don't you tell people real quickly the difference between like a contrail and a chemtrail?
So contrails, it's like a condensed, as what they're saying is, as the air goes through the jet turbines, that the moisture is condensed and it leaves behind this misty
condensation trail,
condensation trail that comes out from behind the plane.
Mm-hmm.
And contrails are a thing, and they usually dissipate rather quickly.
Mm-hmm.
You see planes flying overhead, and as they're going by, you see you see a white stripe behind them, but it doesn't last as far as you can see back in the horizon. It's I mean, from your view on Earth, it's 2 inches or 3, or it's not 72 feet worth of trail that they've left behind. So
okay, and I think I have the video you sent me that you have the video that you sent me that basically is supporting the difference in what you say, and I'll roll that right here, and you can talk about those differences you were just talking about. I need to roll that one. Let me see. I'll roll it. Here we go. So you had 3 different examples in this video, right, Shawnee?
Yeah, so that first plane had a small amount. Look at this guy. He's leaving a stripe. He burned out all down the fucking street. You know what I'm saying? And look at this guy.
Right. So there are some slight differences. So I think it's good that we talked about some of the kind of the nuanced differences in con and chem, because sometimes people use those terms interchangeably, but they're not necessarily always the same.
Well, here's the thing. Those guys are all flying through the same fucking air, and
yes.
You know what I'm saying? One of them's doing something different. Something's different about that one plane of those three. So, chemtrails and contrails can both exist in the same fucking world. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. This was another, if you could throw this one up, Andy. This was, it says, UK, I'm convinced we are experiencing radiation poisoning. See, now I'm not of that extreme, but you can tell there's enough going on that something is systemically being done in our clouds, and whether it be for weather purposes, or I certainly hope people aren't spraying anything on us, Shawnee, but how do you feel about, even if it is for the good of the planet or trying to create clouds, what do you think about that if they even are doing it for those reasons?
Well, so, I mean, if they're trying to combat, climate change or what have you, I mean, China, remember when they had the Olympics in China a few years back?
Yeah.
They admitted that they manipulated the weather to keep the rain away from the Olympic zones.
They were doing everything. They were shutting down the cities for like weeks at a time to reduce the smog, because they knew that the world wasn't going to come there and tolerate that level of smog. They do all types of kind of atmospheric conditioning in China, from what I can tell.
Yeah, they built whole towns that don't even exist. Well, they exist now, but they're just ghost towns, just for that. I mean, I guess we do that too, but not entire cities. We'll build sports venues around the world. Not we, but other countries will build, venues and things that don't get used, but they don't build like entire like cities. You know what I mean?
Like an Olympic village. Shawnee, I have another video that demonstrates some more of the differences between contrails and chemtrails, and a little more explains it a little more closely. We can roll this one, Andy. Let's check this one out real quick.
Oh yeah.
This is contrails after 1 to 2 minutes disappear, like the point you were making.
Yeah.
This is chemtrails. They stay in the sky all day and spread on it. So there you go. So depending on what you see in the sky, there you go. So that's there. Thank you, Andy, for rolling that.
So in 1996, the U.S. Air Force, they published a report saying that they were working on a way to manipulate the weather using airplane apparatus as the delivery tool. And then. And we'll get into some other things that the U.S. Air Force has done in a little bit. But so in the late 90s, this whole thing really took off. The chemtrails conspiracy became a thing. And a lot of, in great part, was to Art Bell. Also, R.I.P. Art Bell, the Coast to Coast host. That rhymes. And who died of a drug overdose, which some folks think is very convenient or
convenient. Yeah,
very suspicious. He had a drug. He had four or five over the counter, not over the counter, prescription drugs that were all animal at the same time, which
yikes
is very. Anyways.
Suspicious.
I don't want to get into that tonight, but
yeah,
I mean,
different conspiracy.
That's a whole other show.
Yes.
The truth of it is that the government doesn't tell us everything that they do. I mean, for years we thought look into the Tuskegee experiment, or
Tuskegee Airmen. Yes.
Yeah, you got MK Ultra. I mean, there's a lot of things that they've done. And the FDA has said that, there's nothing involved here. The FDA also approved 3M to make Teflon to put on our pans and poison the towns where they applied this stuff to their towns and caused great damage to the surrounding, areas. And that's who you're going to trust. Okay, I get it.
Yeah, but you see on this thing we're putting up here right now, Seany, I think this is probably one of the earliest kind of things where I kind of first, you talked about the Tuskegee Airmen or that incident, and then we also grew up hearing about them being sprayed with Agent Orange in Vietnam. And what was they denied it for many years, right? There was like outward denial, like we would never do that. We never do that. So, and if anyone's thinking that the government is necessarily going to do this thing to their citizens, don't be so quick to have that thought. So I know this is one of the early kind of things I've heard of, the government kind of spraying people with chemicals.
You know what? I'm glad you brought that up. I mean, the FDA also approved Roundup, and look at what that's done to people. You know what I mean? There's lawsuits going through court now with that.
Mm-hmm.
It's just trust your gut is what I'm saying here. Like you're gonna be sold a bill of goods that. Oh, everything's fine. Nothing to see here. As the world burns around you, and it's just
maybe trust that your gut should be a bigger part of the equation. It's fine to maybe listen and take some of the information from the government, but kind of process it in your way. Trust your gut and kind of act on it the way you feel is appropriate. I agree with that.
Yeah. So I mean, as far as my personal thought.
Yeah.
Well, actually, Bobby, remember? Actually, I just thought of this. Remember, it's probably about a year ago. I think it was down by you. There was like a white dust falling from the sky on cars and things like that in the Baltimore, Philly area.
I don't know. We did experience some like ash from the Canadian wildfires. We did experience some ash fallout from that. That was kind of disconcerting that it made this far.
Maybe that's what I'm thinking.
Mm-hmm. But was it really ash?
Right. That's what we need to know.
That's what we need to know.
So if the government wants to super chat us and let us know exactly what's going on, I'm hoping to see Joe Biden in the super chat soon.
Joe Biden, thanks for $2 super chat.
But chemtrails, in my eyes, at the very least, is a is where the manipulation tool, and worst case, it is like a mind-controlled numbing agent of some kind. Bobby, there was another video that I sent you that might relate to this exactly.
Is this the airplane video, the one that actually shows the apparatus on the plane?
Where he's on the ground.
Yeah, sure, I have that for you. Let me get that right here for you. Like to see it? Here it go. All right. Yes, I thought this was cool too. Here we go, Andy. Let's roll this one. All right, this is a plane with some of the apparatus on it, and you'll see some markings on it, indicative of what it does. So there you go, private plane. That's a pause, so I'll pause it there. It says, for those of you who can't read that, it does say Weather Modification International on this plane, Seany. I'll continue rolling it.
That's nothing to see here, though.
Nothing to see here.
And it's a U.S. plane. See that?
Okay, right. Good point. It's got U.S. markings on it. Got U.S. flag on it. So it looks like a private company. There it is on the other side again. So I don't know. The same government we trust to do our budget and everything else. We really trust them to manipulate our weather. Look at this. Look at all. It has all type of apparatus and sprayers. For those of you who can't really see the video, we're showing the video of a plane and how this weather atmospheric controlling plane is outfitted. I'll let it roll one more time. Now that we all kind of know what we're looking at. So yeah, there you go, Seany. So obviously, I mean, if you got weather modification, I mean, the secret's out. It's not a secret anymore, right?
The prosecution rests.
Oh, unless it's a cover for something far more nefarious.
Maybe.
Prosecution rest. All right, thank you for that, Andy. I appreciate you rolling that a couple times for us. So there are out there weather modification planes that have no shame to their game. They got it right on their engine, and they're doing it.
Yeah, they're doing it.
They're doing it, unfortunately.
Yeah, unfortunately for all of us. So this whole line of I was going through some things and reading, trying to dig deeper into this, and then I was coming up with so something else that is a mind control or so let me just cut right to the chase, I guess. Bobby, have you ever heard of infrasonic weapons? Infrasonic weapons?
Yeah, did they open for Motley Crue? No, bro, I've never heard of that.
So it's basically like you're dealing with like a low tones that will cause human distress. It causes like most animals and stuff,
like dog noises. Yeah, dog noise, dog whistle noises.
Oh yeah. So Bigfoot is alleged to hunt with this, where they can
Bigfoot
produce
yes.
an infrasonic sound to stun their prey. It's like a noise that like rattles your cage, kind of rattles your rib cage, and you go into shock because it's so strong when you're that close to them.
Yeah, and isn't there like the myth, or there's a story that you can hit a certain wave and you can make people like basically evacuate their bowels as it goes through them or something? I think there's a tone that they can reach and do that too.
So there's several incidents where there was this low hum. And the first one that became famous was Teos, New Mexico. So I don't know if it'd be a great idea to have a ranch out there if there's a hum, when the apocalypse comes. But so this is in the early 90s, and 2% of the people there could hear this hum. And it was causing loss of sleep. It was causing people basically to go mad. They couldn't find where it came from. They complained to the local governments, and they could never really pinpoint what caused this hum.
And I told you, it reminded me of the story we heard not too long ago in the news about the Cuban embassy, and the American workers were claiming that there's some type of noise going on. I swear, there's something going on, and it's affecting me. And I think they basically had to evacuate a lot of those people out of that embassy because they could never really get down to the root of the problem. And the Cuban government, they obviously denied it the whole time.
Well, that's the thing of it too. So that's an excellent way to, clear out some land that you want to take. Or you need to drill, your underground bunkers into, or what have you. So Teos, many of the people moved. Most everybody that could hear the noise moved away, and they had to move at least 30 miles away because they could still be heard as far as 30 miles in any one direction from the town's like center, I guess.
Imagine how that works. Like, would you just keep driving and wait? You hear it? Wait a minute, we hear it. No, keep driving. Or do you just try? Like, how do you come up with that 30-mile radius? Like, who was the first one to go? Oh boy, finally! 30 miles. Right, I don't fucking hear it no more.
Yeah, and then this town sucks. We got to go more. Like it's funny. And then in 2006 there was another one. I should point out the fact that the Teos hum ran in a range between 32 to 80 hertz sound wave for sound nerds out there.
Yeah, I'm not going to act like I know what that. Ooh, no.
Like,
oh, wait a minute. Oh, hang on.
50 hertz. But
hang on.
But so then 2006 we had the Auckland hum, which is Auckland, New Zealand, and that one, there's not a ton of info that I could find that it was at least interesting about that one. But that one was clocked in at 56 hertz. So about midway between the Teos sound wave discrepancy. And let me point out that this noise can be heard. It's like pretty fairly even between like men and women, and they said that mostly in like middle-aged people. So it wasn't even like kids. It wasn't one of these things where like when you're young, you can hear more sound waves.
Yeah, because that's supposed to be a real thing. They do that on the internet a lot, where they say only us young people can hear these pitches, and then the old people can't hear them. So,
right,
yeah, I know that's a thing.
Well, then they had the whole what were the two words they were saying? Firestorm and
oh yeah. What was that? Yeah, we covered that on my right, and it sounded different to different people. Yeah, you're right.
So then there was one more close to Andy's hometown. There was Windsor, Ontario, in 2011. Now this one's interesting because so there was this low droning vibration, kind of like John's show.
I was thinking of a John connection there. When you said droning, John came to mind first too, brother. We're thinking alike.
So it started. They started to hear this noise in the year of 2011.
That's more of a didgeridoo, yeah. There you go.
Yeah, maybe that's the one that they heard in Auckland.
We've explained it. We solved it. There you go. Mystery
solved.
What it
was. They just had a big band of those. It was the didgeridoo night at the old folks' home.
Hey, Seany, while it's still topical, Chris Popke has some information up. He seems to know about the hertz. If we could put that up, Andy.
Okay, Chris Popke, dogs can hear 40 hertz to 60,000 hertz. Humans are 20 to 20,000.
There you go.
The O's in there, my eyes suck now.
So we knew somebody out there would know what's up. And then he goes on to say that we can barely hear 20 hertz in this next one. Thanks, Popke, for that. Okay. There you go. Okay. That's the more you know.
So interestingly enough, that only 2% of them could hear 30 to 80 hertz, but that is on the very low end of the scale. Of obviously, if we can hear to 20,000, I can talk till about 25,000.
Oh.
That joke sucks. Sorry, folks. You swing and sometimes you swing and you miss.
Don't always. Yeah, they don't always go.
Okay, it's okay. Sorry, Sean.
Recover. Here we go.
I'll probably still do a show next week too. I mean,
there you go.
Sorry, folks. So Windsor. I was on the Windsor one.
Yes. So.
There was one night, I couldn't pinpoint exactly the night, but there was a night in 2012 when the Windsor Police Department took 22,000 complaints about a low-pitched noise.
Damn.
That's a lot.
Yeah, that's more than a small sample. That's quite a big sample size, yeah.
Yeah. So
20-some thousand.
They asked, so right nearby there was an island on the Detroit side of the state lines called Zug Island. Zug Island.
All right.
Doesn't sound very nice to be at. I can't wait to get some beers and go out to Zug Island, bro.
Yeah, doesn't have that ring to it, does it?
No, it really doesn't. So there were some plants out there. There was a steel mill and some other things. And the Canadian government asked the U.S. for help to try to pinpoint what this noise was. And the U.S. said, yeah, we're not interested.
Really? Well, you figured they'd be interested just for the intelligence they might get out of it. You thought they'd be interested in that.
They just said that there's no new equipment there. That's what they said.
So, Seany, I got another picture. I have another picture that you kind of sent. I think it goes along with some of the stuff you're talking about right here. And this is, you can explain to everybody what this is, or maybe, I think it's time for this.
This is what we're getting into next.
Right. So it kind of leads into this, but yeah. Tell everybody, I kind of know, I figured out what this was when you sent it to me, but tell everybody what that is.
You get a gold star tonight, Bobby.
Ooh, nice. I needed one.
I don't know what it means, but you get one.
Me neither.
This is what's known as HAARP, HAARP.
Mm-hmm.
Not like AARP, like we're old and we need help.
Yeah.
On
not heavy AARP, just HAARP.
So HAARP was built in 1993 in Gacona, Alaska. Gacona. I'm not sure if it's Gacona. They'd be like, oh, it's like Daytona, but for gays.
Hello, Frisco.
Where's the laugh track?
Oh, well, how about there's a car zoom? I got it all.
But so it was built up. It was built there. It was built there by the U.S. Air Force. Once again, is involved in this weather climate control sort of a situation. And HAARP stands for High Frequency Active Auroral Research Program, which that just means that's a fancy way of saying they're trying to fuck with your heads.
Yeah, it's a lot of words to say that. Yeah. But it looks very intimidating. It looks like you get electrocuted just looking at the son of a bitch there, Shawnee.
Yeah, it does, right? So it's a series of antenna arrays to research the ionosphere, which is the highest point in our atmosphere where the ions move freely or whatever.
Yeah. They essentially zap our atmosphere, and then they use a bunch of instruments to kind of see the reactions, what happens in the atmosphere, right?
Exactly. That's really what they did with it. Well, that's what they're saying.
It's like a bug zapper for the atmosphere, if you will. I boil it down to layman's terms.
There you go. Now, it's been known to cause like a localized man-made like a aurora borealis like effect up there, where they the sky's doing all these crazy things, and it coincidentally was blamed for the 2010 Haitian earthquake by Hugo Chavez. Which when you go ahead.
No, I'll say, all right, who hit the earthquake button, damn it? Somebody hit the earthquake button, right?
Oh yeah. Well, that's the thing. I mean, truly, if it's radiating up into the sky, who's saying it's not radiating down into the ground as well?
And that's my whole thing with some of this stuff about manipulating the atmosphere is that us humans, it's like we're bound to fuck it up if we do it too much, and it's scary to me when you kind of talk about these prospects of us messing with nature like this.
Well, and here's the thing too, like. So this thing was built in 93, and they were slow to roll it out. But in the last 20 or so years, we've seen a massive increase in storm activity, superstorms, earthquakes, tsunamis, all these things that I don't remember a lot of tsunamis while I was a younger lad. Back in
tsunami. You say the T, it's tsunami.
Tsunami. Guacamole. I eat guacamole.
Guacamole. Oh, yeah. So guacamole.
Well, the tsunami is when the agua comes in.
There you go. That's when the agua comes in. Agua. Shout out George Takei.
Yeah, George Takei. Wow. And I'm sure on Star Trek they had stuff like this.
Yeah,
out of like some
land.
Was
well past this.
But so interesting. Well, you know what? So Chavez came out saying that the earthquake, the Haitian was caused by HAARP, and then they're quick to say, "Oh no, it was unmapped. It was unmapped fault lines."
Really?
That cause it. Like they're always quick to jump to something they didn't know about it, but then they're quick to say, "Oh, well, it's something else. It's this." You know what I mean? They couldn't have.
Thou dost protesteth too much. Something like that.
They don't want to like help us out before the fact. It's always after the fact. I don't know. It's just it just.
It's like if you figure it out, we'll tell you the truth if you figure it out.
Yeah. But now it's being run by the University of Alaska in Fairbanks. The Army gave it over. The Air Force gave it over to the school that's nearby to still conduct research and try to look into what research programs they're doing currently with it, you kind of hit a brick wall. It's like you kind of spin down a spiral of stairs that lead to more stairs that lead to more stairs that lead to more stairs that never get anywhere. There's no doors in this stairwell. It's just stairs. So it's puzzling to me what's actually going on there. You have a school that has this, I don't know what they spent on the thing, a couple billion. I don't fucking know. You know what I mean? Like, and they don't even tell you what they're researching with it. You know what I mean? Like, did the Air Force, kind of similar to Plum Island, where they, oh no, we're not going to do anything there. Like, it's not ours anymore. Like, I don't know. It just stinks. Something.
And they gave it to him like, we kind of gave this to you, so kind of just keep your mouth shut about it.
Yeah,
just kind of going about your way. Yeah.
Hush, hush, mum's the word. And when we need it again, we'll let you know. You know, kind of a thing. If they ever left, you know, that could all be just for sure. Like we posturing, posturing,
and breathe.
So there's several theories about what Harp's really up to, and like death rays, storm creation, civil depopulation, civilian depopulation, which also could be chemtrails as well. They could be putting you know, things in the air to neuter us. I mean, how many? There's so much more. There's so much more. You hear it all the time about people trying to have kids and they can't, and there's a lot more IVF and things trying to get, you know, and sometimes it still doesn't work.
Well, Seany, you know, I find myself falling into, I just want to believe that they're kind of manipulating the weather and attempting that. I don't want to believe that my government is like doing anything to harm us. But as we've seen some things in the past, you can't exactly rule it out 100%. So it's always good to question things, I think. Question the narrative.
That's what the show is.
That's what it is, brother. Yes.
That's why we come to you every week, folks.
Hell yeah.
The world is overrun. I mean, mankind has just run amok as far as we've used up resources. We've killed off animal species both on purpose and by accident. I mean, I'm not saying that depopulating the world is necessarily a bad idea. For the earth and man's long-term survival here. I mean, it's gonna suck when they get me. I don't want that. You know?
My turn's gonna suck. I ain't looking forward to that. You take all you suckers. Leave me alone.
When I get that, when they zap me with the harp death ray, I'm gonna be like, why did I discuss it on the show tonight?
There you go. It's all gonna come back to this, isn't it? Damn it, Seany.
Yeah. But I mean, because we're heading towards a world of like automation.
There's a death ray coming for you, Seany. Oh, I got you. Oh. Yeah, we're heading for a world of automation. You were saying. I'm sorry. Yes.
Yeah, like there's the AI. I mean, AI is terrifying to me. Like AI could probably put a show. You could put an AI show on of just what I've said in 6 shows and make me look like Adolf Hitler. I'm sure.
You weren't supposed to tell anybody, Seany. This is an AI show. Shh. You weren't supposed to tell anybody.
That's why I glitch so much.
Okay, there you go. That's what it is. Seany doesn't have a stutter or anything. We're glitching because we're having technical difficulties. Hey, good cover, Seany. I like it.
I've got Max Headroom disease. I didn't try to make it sound like Max, but it kind of did there just now.
Nailed
it. Yeah. Fucking A. Finally good for something. But I would say okay, so AI and robotics and all this stuff. There's going to be a lot. There's not going to be a need for us peons. You know what I'm saying? Like they're going to be able to produce cars and pick foods with all machinery at some point. They're not going to need us.
Yeah, you see that happening, like you said, AI and the automation. It happens more and more every day.
Yeah, I mean, you go into a store now. You're going to Walmart, and there's one lane with a actual cashier, and then everything else is self-serve, self checkout. And it's like, you know what I mean? Like we're heading that way. This is the future of our world. So there's not going to be a need for us. There's not going to be a need for, I mean, yeah, they're going to be able to have AI podcasts that will just create content, whatever you want to hear.
And what are we going to do on a Monday night, Shawnee, if they do that? Damn. Back to masturbating. Hi-oh.
We're all gonna go over John's apartment and cram into it and drink beers with him. I guess, I don't know.
My spacious apartment.
I'm not an alcoholic. I just play one on podcasts
and in everyday life. And then yes.
Oh boy, yeah. So basically,
go ahead. No, I was just gonna like this. Like so now it turned into this kind of newer kind of thing, Shawnee, where all these reports are starting to happen with these shooting freaking green laser beams out of the sky. Have you been seeing some of these reports?
I have seen that. I'm glad you brought that up. You brought it up during the week, and I was so sidetracked with work this week because I actually have a job.
Oh, hey-oh.
Oh, no, I didn't mean it about you. I
know what I didn't take it personal. I hear you go. All right, so look, check this out. I'm going to play this, and some of you might see these videos popping up, but they're becoming more frequent, Shawnee, and it's just like these random green freaking laser beams shooting out of the sky. So I'm going to run this one right here, and everybody can see this. You can kind of make up your mind on your own what you're looking at. Check this shit out.
What the is that, dude? What? That's it. Big explosion.
It says a green laser or do a directed energy weapon during a thunderstorm, Shawnee.
Holy guys.
Alarms are going off. That's not so odd in a storm, I guess. But look, what generates, it just kind of repeats that over and over again.
Yeah.
So there you go. So what kind of thing in the sky, why do we need to be doing that as shooting anything at the sky at night and freaking people out? What do you suppose that is, Shawnee?
Fucking hell. That's fucking hell. That's John's show.
There you go. Jay Wolfenstein has it figured out. He's right on point with us there, Andy. Check him out.
AI can write a show. Yeah, that's fine.
This is the most recent one. Good.
AI can write John's podcast. How do I do this? Where's that thing? Fucking hell.
Thank you guys.
That green laser thing. That's very new because it's there was that one, and then I saw one more of it. I don't know if you've seen that one as well. It looked like more like out on a farm or something. I don't know if you've seen that one.
Let me see. I thought I had it. I don't know if I have that one, but I thought I had one more video. Yeah.
Because that could be. What if that's a HARP relaying to a satellite that's beaming down to Earth here? That's, you know what I'm saying?
I don't know. It just seemed. What is the? I don't know. What don't you think? There's better ways they could do it without like freaking out the citizens. Let me see. All right, so this is just like a brief kind of a video. It might be just a different angle of the same one, Shawnee. But let's run this one and see what you think about this one here. Check this one out. Here's another example.
What the is that, dude?
Street. One more time.
What the is that?
So there you go. So yeah, those are becoming more frequent. These green lasers shooting out there. Some people are saying they're like mapping out of the sky. It looks like some Matrix shit or something going on, bro.
Really? Why would they map during a storm? That doesn't make any sense.
You make that. That's the best point I've heard in seeing any of these videos, Shawnee, is that why would you do it during a storm? Excellent freaking point, bro.
If that's what it is, because everyone wants to jump to, it's not, you're overthinking it. You're trying to create something, and I get that a lot in real life where folks are like, you know, not everything's a conspiracy. And I'm like, yeah, that's okay. Then you admit that some things are.
That's right.
You know
There's always
I mean?
another side to it. If you're admitting that not everything's a conspiracy, then you're saying that some things might be. And that's kind of why we're here. Like you go back and saying, Shawnee. Yep.
There's real things. I mean, it's crazy. You know, and like we've seen so many like tsunamis and earthquakes and things. And like I've said before, the Super Bowl volcano. I pray they don't light that match, because that's going to be a world ender in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the one under the park,
Yosemite.
Not Yosemite. What's the other one? The big one in Montana. Jesus Christ, I'm fucking flaking out right now.
I don't know. Me too. I wasn't expecting a quiz. The other big national park. Throw it in the chat, everybody. Let's see. Jerry Lahane says
in Idaho. It's for Christ, Yellowstone. Thank you.
Okay,
Stacey.
Yellowstone, the other big one. There you go. Stacy's got it. She's the pro.
Yellowstone. How the hell did I forget that?
There's our chat expert and answerer right there, Stacey Allen. Thank you for that. Awesome.
Instead of we don't Google things. We Stacey them.
We stay. Oh, good point. There you go. Who needs Google? We got Stacey. We Stacey them. I think you've created a new term certainly for our shows. Yeah, Stacey's awesome friend and fan and chat family of all of these shows. Good to see you, Stacey. Oh, that was from earlier. That was from the beginning of the show. I saw Stacey
very fired up. Yeah,
she was like, "Hey, Shawney's fired up." Yeah, she was like cheering for it. Let's say, Popkey says scientists have linked extremely rare straight lightning bolts to the presence of macroscopic dark matter. Now we're getting scientific about this shit. Thank you, Popkey.
Well, there
you go. Awesome shit, man. Well, we appreciate everybody being here every week for the Seany Zone. This is episode 6 of the Seany Zone. Shawnee, I think I'm a little biased, bro, but I love doing the show with you. I have a great time with you. You get a great reaction, great views and everything. We like to see in the chats in here every week. And if you could hook a brother up, Shawnee, I might sound like I'm begging a little bit. Hook a brother up with some super chats a little bit. We'd appreciate that. Making this show a fully healthy and rounded show. We love doing the show every week with you here and hanging out with Shawnee in the Seany Zone. And I'm looking forward to doing many more weeks with my boy. And I'm already looking forward to our next week's topic, Shawnee. I'm not putting you on the spot and saying you got to tell us right now. But yeah, I'm looking forward to next week already.
Yeah, I am too. There's some biggies still out there. There's some big topics to dive into.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, the show. Well, let me say this: 6 is my favorite number, by the way. So tonight's my favorite show, just based on the 6 numerology of it.
All right.
But so our 66 show will be twice as good.
Nice. I like the way you put that, bro. Yeah. Excellent, man. Good shit.
But yeah, we stay tuned. This week we're definitely gonna divulge. We have to have a quick convo and make sure we're on the same page, Bobby, and then we'll get it out there to the people.
Fuck yeah, man. We'll put that on social media, like you said. Yep. Please, if you haven't already, hit that like button here on the show, like Chris Popkey says.
Yeah.
Like, share, and subscribe here to the Shuley Network. Member up if you haven't already. Turn those accept gifted membership settings on. When this great community gives out gifts, you'll have one come your way, bro. So if you have any last words, Shawnee, I think it's about time to pull this train into the station, bro.
Smash the like button.
Mm-hmm.
Like they always say. I love when the dumb kids always say that. So we have there's a gifted membership that I'm looking at. Phrase fra.
Phrase fra. Like easy for you.
Thanks for the gifted one truly network membership. Thank you, Phrase.
Easy for you to say. Thank you very much.
Stacy Allen, thank you for the 10. Love the show. Can't wait till you get into the murder of Marilyn Monroe, 9/11, Antarctica, murders of Chris Cornell and Chester Bennington. All wonderful suggestions. Stacy, stay tuned.
Thank you, Stacy. Thanks.
They're coming.
Thanks for the love and the topics. That's good, man. Thank you
so much. They'll be coming around the mountain when they come. Chris Pop, thank you for the $5. See you next week. We'll be here. We'll be here, buddy. I hope you're here to join us, dude. This is a great time. We're all having having some fun.
Yep.
You know, thank you.
We'll meet here every week. I like the opening show, and I told you I'm liking the opening of the show that we're kind of coming into naturally, where you just kind of talk about whatever's on Shawnee's mind. You like going in on John or whatever topics kind of popped up in your head the week prior. I love opening the show, liking that, and see where your mind is, and digging into a new fresh topic with you every week, bro.
Yeah, you know what it is. It's I have a week in between shows, so I have a lot of time to. And I have a fat head, so a lot of stuff gets stuck in here throughout that week that I want to get back out. So, you know, it's good. It's a good time.
So now we're working on a system of kind of writing it down, throwing it in Discord, sharing it with each other, and building a show during the week so we can meet here every Monday and have a good time with y'all. Thanks, everybody.
We're doing it.
We are doing it. We got one more message in there, I think.
We're doing it.
Popke left a little one there. He says, oh, look at that.
Oh, Nick the Nooch, my buddy. Hey, guys.
I'm going. Here we go.
I'll try.
Hey guys, how you doing?
I was going to say I'll try to do my discount discount. Look, Don.
We have a lot of options, man, because we're fortunate enough to have the man behind the scenes, Discount Don. He's our producer. He joined me today on my show, BF Live. You can check me out every Monday on my channel if you don't mind, at BF Live right here on YouTube. Please like, share, and subscribe that. He was nice enough to join me today. Had a great time hanging out with him, Discount Don.
Oh, hey guys, how you doing? Guys.
Oh, we got the real one. There you go. You got to come on camera for a minute, Don. Don, I called you Don again, like I did today, if you don't mind. There he is. That's our bro.
Hey guys,
I was calling you Don today. We all fall into the habit of calling you Don. This is our great producer, Andy from Ontario. You might hear his name thrown about. Well, this is the dude right here. We appreciate you, bro. Thanks, man.
Thank you so much, buddy.
Appreciate you guys, too. Having a great time producing the show.
I hope I haven't scared you from chemtrails or John's apartment. So
I didn't know I could be any more scared, to be honest with you.
Yeah, we should all be scared of John's apartment. I'm more scared of that than chemtrails, I think.
Yeah.
Popke says that it's better than any monologue the Stuttering John ever wrote. So there you go. There's high praise.
Yeah. Fuck
yeah, man. The people love them some Shawnee. I love watching the views and the comments after the show because you get a great reaction, bro. And I'm really happy for it. I love seeing how everybody's enjoying the show. Thanks, Popke and everybody.
Well,
Kathy Linder says, great show.
Because during the show, it's hard for me to keep up with them. I can't. I have to. I've got notes. I've got trying to talk.
Yes, your
which to me to talk is a full-time job just in and of itself.
So. Got that thing down, yeah. So once that's autopilot, maybe you can get a little more comfortable about. We'll incorporate some more of the chats as we go along. But yeah, it can be heady sometimes when you're trying to keep your mind on track and seeing what the people are all talking about. But we appreciate them being here and chatting every week.
Absolutely.
Thank you all. Yeah. So tell your friends and tell them to tell their friends and their friends.
Thank you for the views. Thank you for the super chat love. And I think this week we're going to leave you with a kind of the special song that we've been trying to leave. Shawnee, tell everybody about the ending of the show and what they're going to see in here, brother.
I think we got it fixed. My band, the band's name was Walston. We played mostly like the Worcester, Providence area of the world. I don't think we ever actually played Boston, but we did a lot of Hartford. We did a bunch of shows outside of Boston, but we had a pretty good following. We played Skate Fest in 2002, I believe it was. It was a great time. I sang for the band, which is, I know sounds insane because you hear me talk and then you hear me sing, and it's not the same guy. So
now, did you say?
Guy, but I don't sound.
Now, let's be clear on this. On this track that we're going to hear, is this you singing or is this somebody else singing on this track?
Me.
There you go. So now you know what you're listening to. If you think Shawnee can't put it down, there's no stutter in there. You're going to hear our boy Shawnee. So stick around and listen to that at the end of the show.
And I mean, I guess I could say we have songs up on all platforms. If you would really Spotify, Amazon Music, YouTube, they're all over the place. It's Walston, Walston. We're not currently playing shows. I mean, if there was enough love, maybe I could get everyone back together for a show, but we're not currently doing much. Some of the other guys are in a cover band now, but
well, that's cool, man. Well, you're a man of many talents, and we like featuring them here because that's what the Seany Zone is about here every week, right here on the Shuli Network, where we feature our friend Shawnee. Excellent. All right, with that, buddy, I guess we're going to pull this train into the station. So I want to thank everybody in the chat for showing up. I'll let you say your last thing. Yeah, but thanks everybody for the chats and for the comments and the super chats. It's all well appreciated. Go ahead, Shawnee.
On Twitter or X, I'm not high register on there. And I'm also on Cameo if you want me to give any personal advice to your loved ones before the end of the world comes with the 3-day solar eclipse we're gonna have. So you got like 2-3 weeks to get it in.
There you go. So at Not High Register out here on Twitter, yes, and get his cameos. All right, bro. Well, I guess that's it, Andy. So if we're going to get ready to pull this train into the station, like I like to say. So for our great producer, Andy from Ontario, I'm the man, BF Buffalo, Bobby Fran. And for our host, Shawnee, saying this has been
the Seany
Zone. Peace and love, everybody. And we'll see you next week right here on the Shuli Network. Have a great day and a great week, everybody. We'll see you. Let's listen to Shawnee. Let's rock out. Later, bras and bras.
Bye.
Ooh. Let's watch. Yeah.